UL Theater is getting ready for their next production. That's going to start, I believe, in March. So we have a couple cast members and behind the scenes worker here with us, set and props. We have Tucker, Matthew, and Julie joining us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, tell us all about the show. And I'm glad we have you two here, Julie, because we get a little behind the scenes glimpse of what goes on behind there. But tell us about the story.
Well, The Servant of Two Masters, it has various components to it. There is the aspect of love between some characters. There's a marriage going on in the show. There's also a bunch of servants that cause a bunch of mischief and get into a bunch of shenanigans.
So are we going to see kind of different genres, of comedy, romance,
everything?
Yeah,
there's a touch of everything, you know, like you'll delve into like high comedy and then some like really, deep romance, and it's it's a big variety. But I think truly it is a funny show at its best.
Oh, it's definitely going to be funny.
It's going to be hilarious,
It's very much just the epitome of theater. Just picture a theater show and you have servant. There's everything.
Most definitely. Commedia is one of the more historical forms of theater. Probably more historical than Shakespeare.
Italian Renaissance.
Yeah, Italian Renaissance.
Yeah, and it's an honor to be doing this kind of artwork. In the show, we get to work with masks. Some of the characters wear masks over our face, and that just gives you a different door to open into the world of acting. And so it's an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, and that has to do with our props. So masks are a big part of it, and I know you're working with set and props, Julie. So what is it like to see things come together from a different side of things?
It's been really interesting. So I'm the scenic designer, props designer in scenic charge, which means I oversee the set itself, the props, and the paint job. So the masks actually I don't interact with. They actually belong to our director. But everything else, it's a very props-heavy show. So me and my team have been building and designing all sorts of props. There's a huge stack of plates with some mush on them. That's been really fun to make. There's a bunch of swords, a bunch of different stuff for a food. There's a big, massive banquet scene where there's a bunch of different dishes and foods. It's just been really a blast. It's got so many different wonderful interesting props to work with.
And it's cool to hear about that side of a production or that part of a production, because I think a lot of us non-theater folks forget how much work goes into it with even just the small things that we're looking at, like the stack of plates. I mean, so a lot of work goes into it. It's not just about the acting, although that I'm sure is wonderful as well. So I know a lot of folks are going to be excited to go support you guys at the shows. So you can visit the website on your screen or scan that QR code on the flyer right there. Those shows are going to be coming up in March. They have 2 weekends they'll be performing. Again, scan the QR code to get your tickets.